In the heart of a timeless town stood the venerable Library of Quietude, a sanctuary that had cradled knowledge and whispered secrets for centuries. Its towering shelves, filled with leather-bound volumes and delicate manuscripts, created an aura of calm sophistication that invited both scholars and dreamers alike. The quiet corridors, bathed in gentle ambient light, exuded an almost palpable silence that was punctuated only by the soft shuffle of footsteps and the faint rustle of pages. Among the keepers of this treasured institution was Elara, a timid librarian whose careful hands and gentle touch had nurtured countless books over the years. Her presence was as unassuming as a soft murmur, yet her dedication was as vast as the volumes that lined the hallowed halls. Every book in the library seemed to hold a story, not only within its pages, but also in the quiet moments between its chapters. The glow of lamplight on polished wood, the echo of memories and shared silence, and the hushed reverence of every visitor wove an intricate tapestry of calm distinction. Today, however, an air of mystery began to ripple through this sanctum of silence, a faint undercurrent that hinted at magic and the unexpected. Hints of enchantment had long been whispered among the most observant scholars, a secret known only to those who truly believed that magic could exist even in the most silent of places. As the morning light filtered through tall, arched windows, casting dancing shadows upon ancient texts, a subtle anticipation stirred within the library's time-worn walls. Each carefully shelved book and every meticulously maintained nook spoke of an ordered routine that lent the space a harmonious quiet rarely disrupted. Yet beneath this veneer of tranquil normality, there lingered the promise of change, like an ink drop poised to spill over pristine parchment. This promise was felt deeply by Elara, who, despite her reserved nature, sensed in her heart that the day would soon defy its customary silence. In that quiet, transformative moment, a soft whisper of a forgotten tale brushed against her consciousness, urging her to explore the hidden mysteries tucked away among the dusty tomes. In that single, profound instant, the Library of Quietude itself seemed to breathe with anticipation, its storied walls alive with murmurs of a destiny about to be rewritten. The ancient silence that had defined the library for generations now trembled with the thrill of imminent upheaval, each quivering note promising that the ordinary was about to become extraordinary. Thus, as the sun climbed higher and the library prepared to welcome another day of quiet study, an unspoken energy stirred, hinting that nothing would ever be quite the same again within these revered walls. Inevitable. At the precise stroke of mid-morning, a mysterious vial filled with a shimmering, iridescent liquid was accidentally knocked from its secured shelf by an errant draft. The vial tumbled gracefully onto the polished floor, releasing its magic in a cascade of luminous droplets that sparkled like stardust. Each droplet carried an aura of mystery, with swirling colors that hinted at hidden powers beyond the ordinary realms of knowledge. The library, known for its strict rules of silence, shuddered subtly as the magical liquid began to spread across its immaculate floor. Tendrils of luminous liquid crept along the edges of treasured manuscripts and inky quills, leaving behind an ethereal glow that defied explanation. As the potion's effects began to manifest, the library's atmosphere transformed from serene order to an unfolding spectacle of magical chaos. The first sign of the potion's power was witnessed when an ancient manuscript fluttered open, its pages quivering with a life of their own as they seemed to absorb the radiance of the spilled liquid. A soft hum began to emanate from the bound volumes, as if the books themselves were awakening to participate in an unforeseen symphony. Elara, who had long maintained the library's silence with utmost care, watched in astonishment as the magic of the Loudness Potion began to upend the familiar order. Elara's heart pounded as she observed that even the most immutable rules of quietude were vulnerable when confronted by such unpredictable enchantment. Within moments, the liquid spread further, its shimmering tendrils dancing across ancient stone floors and seeping into the crevices of ornate wooden shelves. The vibrant hues of the potion mixed with the age-old ambience of the library, creating a spectacle that was both awe-inspiring and slightly disconcerting. Droplets clung to ancient scrolls and tattered maps, imbuing them with an uncanny vibrancy that transformed their faded inscriptions into radiant symbols of forgotten lore. Observers of the library could hardly believe their eyes, as the silent, sacred space was overrun by a melody of light and sound that defied all expectations. Mystery hung thick in the air as every element of the library, its floor, its shelves, and even its ancient portraits, seemed to partake in this newfound illumination. In a surreal dance of magic and misfortune, the potion's glow grew stronger, casting surreal reflections on the marble pillars and igniting every surface with an otherworldly sheen. The spectacle was both breathtaking and perplexing, as the very essence of silence was rewritten by the beguiling impact of the Loudness Potion. Every passing second deepened the mystery of the spill, coaxing the ancient institution to reveal secrets that had been slumbering in the quiet corners for ages. In that moment, the library transformed into a living canvas where every book, every artifact, and every cherished memory resonated with a newfound clarity, echoing the unpredictable magic that now ruled the once silent sanctuary. Slowly, as magic coiled around each corner, the spill of the Loudness Potion became a symbol of transformation and prelude to chaos ahead. As the effects of the Loudness Potion intensified, the library transformed into a realm where the boundary between silence and sound blurred into a surreal dreamscape. Books that had once rested in orderly shelves now swayed as if carried by an unseen orchestra, their pages fluttering and humming vibrant show tunes that echoed with exuberance. The books, animated by the magic, seemed to perform a choreographed ballet of sounds, each melody interweaving with the next to create a symphony that defied the silence of old. The venerable card catalog rebelled from its rigid past and adopted a new persona, rapping out an old-school beat that merged nostalgia with modern vibrancy. Even the silent, scholarly portraits lining the walls seemed to awaken, their painted eyes now filled with an inexplicable gleam as they observed the spectacle unfolding. The head librarian, whose stern facade had always commanded respect, found her quiet whispers transforming into booming arias that resonated across the labyrinthine corridors. Amidst the rising uproar, Elara navigated the chaotic library with both trepidation and a subtle sense of wonder, her eyes reflecting the tumultuous blend of magic and mirth. The sound of the vibrant beat pulsed through the library, infusing even the most reserved corners with a kinetic energy that set every artifact in motion. Elara's internal world was caught in a mesmerizing conflict. Her instinctively measured calm battled with the absurdity of the unfolding musical marvel, leaving her both anxious and enchanted. The once silent library now roared with a chaotic harmony as every sound intermingled in a playful rebellion against the long-held traditions of quiet study. Articulated in the rapid, mesmerizing motion of quivering pages and animated ink, the library's transformation was a spectacle of delightful pandemonium that defied conventional logic. A dynamic interplay of light and shadow now danced across the ornate carvings and time-worn murals, each stroke of brilliance underscoring the surreal rebirth of the space. Every element of the transformed library contributed to an atmosphere of wild exuberance, where the traditional met the unconventional in a spectacular collision of eras. Not a moment passed without some element of magic asserting its presence, as if every object in the library had been given the power to sing its own story. The enchanted silence of the past was now overlaid with a vibrant cacophony that resonated through every corridor, every alcove, and every corner of the grand edifice. In the midst of this sensory explosion, the library was no longer a static repository of silence, but a dynamic stage where the forces of chaos and creativity coalesced. Amid the symphony of sounds and movements, every whispered note, every fluttering page, and every resounding beat contributed to a living narrative of transformation. A feeling of both exhilaration and unease wove itself into the very fabric of the library as the old world embraced its startling rebirth. The chaos was not utter disarray, but a carefully orchestrated rebellion against centuries of silence, a break from the norm that echoed the library's hidden desire for reinvention. In the final surge of this whimsical revolution, the library and its inhabitants, be they living or bound in paper, bore witness to an enduring message that even in chaos, a hidden order might emerge, shimmering with potential and promise. The cacophony gradually softened as the initial frenzy began to recede, leaving behind a transformed space where every sound, every echo, and every vibrant beat was a testament to the boundless power of magic and possibility. In that final moment, the library revealed itself as a living haven where chaos and beauty danced in perfect, unexpected harmony. At the zenith of the magical upheaval, when the library's transformation reached a fever pitch, Elara resolved to reclaim the sanctity of her cherished domain. Steeling herself against the discord, she embarked on a determined journey through the now chaotic halls, her every step resonant with quiet determination. Every footfall echoed against marble and wood, a rhythmic counterpoint to the ever-present symphony of unruly sounds that filled the space. Navigating through corridors awash with boisterous echoes, Elara revisited the familiar nooks and secret alcoves, now reimagined in the light of this unforeseen cacophony. Each step was a battle against the overwhelming tide of noise, yet within that chaos, Elara discovered sparks of hope and unexpected music in the pulsing din. The air vibrated with the clash of operatic arias and the pulsating beat of the card catalog's rap, forging a surreal soundscape that both disoriented and inspired her. In a decisive moment, Elara paused before a grand archway, its intricate carvings now alive with the reflections of booming voices and rhythmic undertones. She recalled the old methods of restoration and order, but recognized that neither a return to rigid silence nor defiant noise could capture the essence of the moment. Gathering every shred of courage, Elara forged ahead, her movements deliberate as she sought the elusive source of the magical clamor. Her quest led her to a grand atrium where the confluence of unexpected sounds had created a pulsating epicenter that beckoned her like a challenge from fate itself. Within the atrium, the very fabric of the library seemed to rebel, as stacks of books vibrated with kinetic force and ancient scrolls fluttered as if they were trying to speak. The atmosphere was charged with an electric fervor, every heartbeat of the building urging Elara to confront the wild cacophony and restore a semblance of harmony. In a crescendo of emotion and sound, the library seemed to pause, holding its breath as Elara reached the epicenter of the magical uproar. Surrounded by the roaring manifestation of once pristine order turned riotous, Elara's resolve hardened as she prepared to face the heart of the disturbance. In that climactic moment, the chaotic symphony reached a thunderous peak as every element of sound coalesced into a single, overwhelming roar. Yet amidst the tumult, a quiet epiphany stirred within Elara, revealing that the solution lay not in extinguishing the noise, but in harmonizing with it. Summoning inner strength and a renewed clarity, she gathered the scattered fragments of her resolve and moved towards the central drumbeat of magic and chaos. In that defining moment, the library held its silence as Elara enacted her plan to blend discord into a new symphonic order. With steadfast determination, she navigated the cacophonous passages, each moment intensifying her commitment to restore balance without forsaking the beauty of the present. In a final surge of resolve, Elara reached out and, with precision, gathered the echoes, weaving them into a tapestry of sound that signified both an end and a beginning. With the tumult gradually subsiding, the library slowly embraced a new equilibrium, where silence and sound coexisted in a delicate, harmonious balance. The vibrant echoes of the Loudness Potion had receded into a gentle murmur, leaving behind the subtle traces of magic woven into every corner. Elara, standing amidst the transformed halls, felt a profound sense of renewal, as if the chaos had cleansed the old order to birth something beautifully uncharted. The library, now a testament to transformation, bore silent witness to the journey that had reshaped its essence and rekindled its soul. The head librarian, whose once stern demeanor had softened in the wake of the radiant chaos, now regarded the spectacle with a mixture of wistful acceptance and newfound joy. As the echoes faded, Elara reflected on the lessons of the day, realizing that the noise had been a catalyst for unlocking voices buried deep within both the library and within herself. Books once animated by show tunes now lay quietly on their shelves, yet each one shimmered with a subtle, enduring resonance, as though forever changed by the spell of that fateful spill. The resounding buzz of magic had become a serene melody that filled the air with a gentle promise, one that spoke of possibility, growth, and a reawakening of the forgotten. In the soft glow of a simmering dusk, the library exhaled a quiet sigh, as if releasing the remnants of the chaos into the vast tapestry of memory. The transformation was not a mere return to the old order, but a reimagining of what the library could become, a place where every voice, every whispered word, found its rightful echo. In that reflective quiet, Elara mused over the transformation, recognizing that the harmonies born from chaos possessed a beauty that transcended mere silence. The once impenetrable walls of quiet now vibrated with stories, each echoing like a cherished memory that beckoned both old souls and curious hearts. Outside, the town remained blissfully unaware of the magical metamorphosis occurring within the library, its residents continuing their day with a subtle, unspoken sense of wonder. Elara, now a quiet guardian of this renewed realm, smiled softly as she absorbed the serene ambience, her heart echoing the gentle cadence of the new order. With a final glance at the harmonious interplay of silence and sound, she stepped away, carrying with her the wisdom that every disruption holds the seed of renewal. In that reflective moment, the library stood as a monument not to the absence of sound, but to its power to transform, uplift, and redefine what it means to be heard. Thus, the day's wild symphony came to a quiet close, leaving behind a legacy of empowered voices and a reminder that even the harshest dissonance can birth a transcendent melody. In the end, the transformation of the library mirrored the transformation within every soul who had walked its now resplendent corridors, a testament to the enduring power of change and expression.